Okay folks, today I'm going to show you around this 1965 to 1966 Pontiac full-size AM/FM radio. This particular one's out of a 65 Pontiac full-size and carries the model number, if you can see it, 7289772. 1966 used the same radio with a different model number. I think it's because the knobs changed that year. Anyway, this is a really clean example. It came out of Southern California, and yeah, just a nice looking original unrestored radio. The chrome is quite nice, as you'll probably see in the pictures better than here. The AM and FM indicators are still both intact. The dial is really nice. The lens is really nice. It's just a nice radio. This is also the radio guys use if you get the reproduction GTO faceplate. This is the radio that you would use to put the 66 or 67 or even 65 faceplate on to make it a GTO radio. That said, this is a full-size radio, so this would be Bonneville, Catalina, probably a couple that I'm not thinking of. And yeah, we're going to test it today. I can tell you I just tested it a minute ago. It plays loud and clear on AM. On FM, I'm getting nothing at all. You can hear the speaker turn on, and if you turn the volume all the way up, you can hear kind of a little squeal. But as far as any kind of reception or static or anything, it's getting nothing. So I imagine there's either a connection that needs cleaning inside on the AM/FM switch, or a capacitor or something that needs to be replaced. So I'm going to say that this radio needs to be serviced. But the fact that it plays loud and clear on AM shows you that a lot of the functions are working. The volume control is working, the transistor is working. So should be a pretty simple standard tune-up on this radio, really. I usually send ones like this out and have them gone through before I sell them. That said, most of the radio guys right now in the middle of the winter are pretty busy. Most guys, where the weather's bad, they work on things like this during the winter, so the radio guys get really backed up with the winter work. Also, it's kind of nice to have the radio serviced right before you get the car done, so if you're buying this radio for a long-term project, you're better off keeping it in core condition on the shelf until before you're getting the car ready to go, then having the radio serviced so you know all the electronics are fresh and it's working right before you put it in. That protects your warranty that the service person gives to you, as well as just peace of mind that you know it was done recently. It's a good idea to get one of these radios now if you are working on a car that came with it. They are getting more rare by the day, I can tell you that. Every time one sells here on eBay, it usually ends up in a car. Once it's in a car, it doesn't come for sale again, and they didn't make a whole lot of these to begin with. So anyway, here we go. We have it hooked up to a 12-volt battery, the correct 8-ohm speaker, and an antenna. And I'm just going to show you that AM works. I'll show you what FM does, show you the push buttons all work, and we'll go from there. So here we are on AM. I'm not going to stop at every station, but so you'll hear stations coming in.
Es algo que nace del corazón de verdad y que es un
experience where chaos intertwines with comedy.
As it was in the beginning, is now, and ever shall be, world without.
Guess I'll show you how loud it gets. So you can see when you adjust the volume, there's no crackling or anything. It gets quite loud, so that's nice.
Concerned about slavery and fentanyl and all that? Yes, you would. He's not concerned about it.
Anyway, real nice reception here on AM. I'll show you what FM does. So we switch over to FM, we get nothing. There's no sound at all. So you can hear the speaker click on and off. And when we turn it all the way up, you can hear like kind of a squeal. But in between that, there's not anything. So there's probably a bad connection somewhere, I imagine. A wire came loose or something. That said, all that will be handled during a standard radio service. So I felt like it was easier just to sell it this way. That said, let's see, what else can I show you? I guess I'll show you that the push buttons all work. We might as well do that on AM though. Okay, So I set each push button or each setting above the push button, so you'll see that. So all of them work, and then we'll show you how to set one. So we'll find a station we like. Let's say we like this station. We pick any push button we like, so we'll pick this one at the end if I can do this with one hand. There we go. So you pull it out, push it back in. No matter where we go on the dial, we could go right back to where we were. Anyway, really nice radio. As I said, it's going to need to be serviced, but as far as a nice core to start with, this is it. Also, having your guy service it, you can add Bluetooth to it, or you can add a iPod input, or whatever you like to do. So this kind of just gives you more options rather than buying one that's a bone stock, fresh serviced radio. Anyway, don't miss it, guys. Thanks.